So we'll just have to go on and do what she would want us to do to the best we can.
Right now, new details into the death of an 83-year-old woman. Once believed to be an accident, is now a murder case. Also, the continuing battle to keep the nation's economy stable, balancing inflation and fears more banks will collapse.
And it's definitely colder and especially windier this morning. I'll track down how strong those winds will get and how cold it'll feel for your St. Patrick's Day.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Chris Stanford here, Greg Barnhart with your First Warn forecast, and Josh Sprider with the Trinity Irish Dancers this morning. What are you, practicing? Josh, what are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm in position. I just learned the Irish jig about 15 minutes ago, and now I'm like a little nervous, although my feet are already tired from being in this position.
Why don't you show us, Josh?
I think I've got it down. I've got it down, I think. Of course, I'm not playing it to music here, but you got to stand nice and tall, keep that core engaged. We're going to point, put it to the knee, put it behind, step, 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 point, knee, behind, step, step, step. I'm getting better. It's taken like 3 years to get this behind, guys, or get this down, I should say. But boy, there's so much talent here. They're so young and there's so much talent, and it's fun to see the inspiration. And you know, they have so many performances planned across the metro today, so you can just see the excitement in their eyes. St. Patrick's Day, it's going to be a big one here in the 608, guys.
They are very talented. You're absolutely right. Hey, Josh, did you see our bracket?
We're doing pretty well, I have to say, although I was watching our 5 p.m. news last night, and Eric and Susan didn't have very nice words to say to us, Stanford, but I don't know. We're neck and neck right now.
I'm calling on them to say that to my face. How about that? You got something to say to me? You say it to my face.
Well, they have Marquette. They have Marquette winning.
Losing,
right?
Susan and Eric Frank, keep that bracket to yourself.
That's right. That's right. So we're currently sitting in second place. We're tied for second place with Sports and Mark and Susan, and Charlotte and Eric are in the lead. We're only 1 point behind. Some upsets yesterday. Things are starting to get interesting. A lot of brackets are busted this morning. So if you filled one out, email us and let us know how you're doing. We'd love to hear from you. We'll check in with Josh here in just a little bit with the Irish Dancers. Meantime, the forecast today, not so lucky there, Greg.
No, it's cold. It's not your pot of gold you wanted to find this morning. It's pretty cold out there and windy too right now. Wind speeds right now 15 to 20 miles per hour. We've had higher wind speeds already this morning, but definitely the cold air continues to evect into the area. So definitely a change from what we had yesterday when we woke up into the low 40s. Right now our temperatures in the mid-20s, 27 Madison, even colder up to the north, 20 in Viroqua, 23 up in Camp Douglas. Like I said, we're getting colder. We'll see this drop a few more degrees before they start climbing. Unfortunately, they're not going to climb too much more than they are currently also. 29 degrees in Madison, 23 in La Crosse. Like I said, mid to upper 20s, more what we should be in January type of conditions. That's not with the wind counting, so there will be a wind chill today too. Good news, road conditions have started to get in better. A lot more green out there, not so much the purple and slick spots or even ice-covered areas due to the precipitation that we had last night. That has ended quite a bit of time, so good news on that. Overall temperatures and gust speeds today, as we time this out today, you can see gusts will be near 30 at times, especially this afternoon. I think that's when we're going to see the strongest gusts. Could be over 30 in certain situations. Spring comes Monday. That is going to be the good news because we could be reaching 50 degrees. So I'll time that out and explain how we'll feel come Sunday and what next week also looks like a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, thanks, Greg. You can stay on top of the weather yourself. Just download the free First Warn weather app. Now, the continuing coverage on a suspicious death we reported on last month in a small rural town in Lafayette County. Residents are finally getting answers this morning into the death of Lynn Montgomery. The 83-year-old died, and now the victim's granddaughter-in-law, Shannon Busan, has been arrested and charged with her murder. Police say that Busan called 911 and claimed that a woman had fell and wasn't breathing. However, newly released court records say the autopsy revealed troubling details that couldn't be explained by just a fall. Those details include bruising to Montgomery's arms, face, hands, and ribs that likely came from blunt force trauma. Days after the death, family members also found notes around Montgomery's home appeared to be written by her, saying that she was being attacked and hurt. Meantime, the community is remembering Lynn Montgomery, saying that she was an active member of the community that could be found throughout Benton, making her presence felt.
She was an amazing organizer, and then she would turn around and work the event too. Somebody who was just always around and would help you. And give you a hug when you needed it.
That would just have to go on and do what she would want us to do to the best we can.
The Lafayette County Sheriff said that he could not answer at this time whether additional charges are to come or whether others may be charged. They are encouraging anyone with information, though, to come forward and to respect the privacy of the family. The sheriff said the charges against Busan come after an extensive investigation. Busan will have her initial appearance in court Monday. Happening today, a man will be in court after he's accused of attacking an elderly man in a Madison Culver's parking lot last month. Samuel Turner is charged with physical abuse of an elder, intentionally causing bodily harm, as well as misdemeanor battery. The elderly man was trying to get into the parking lot, police say, when Turner blocked traffic. The man honked his horn, Turner moved, and then attacked the man when he parked. An update now in Rock County. A 14-year-old middle school student has been arrested. Police say he made threats against the school. He's charged with making terrorist threats. No weapons were found at the school, but Janesville police executed a search warrant and found 4 guns inside the teen's home. To the nation's economy now and some continuing coverage. After the shutdown of 2 major U.S. banks, U.S. officials are now working to reassure Americans there's no reason to panic. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen went before the Senate Finance Committee to answer questions about the health of the nation's financial institutions. She said the banking system remains stable. President Joe Biden also insisting there's no systemic banking risk that could cause a repeat of the meltdown of 2008. All of this reigniting the debate over future rate hikes by the Federal Reserve.
Clearly, they were doing this to try to tamp down inflation, but did they consider the possibility that some institutions may not be able to handle such a rapid increase in rates?
It's critical for us to do what we can to bring inflation down and for the Fed to do its part as well.
If the Fed does decide to hit pause on its rate strategy, inflation could worsen. But if the Fed presses on, some of the risks include damaging a wider economy, and unemployment could spike. In the midst of a pending petition by Tony Robinson's family to bring criminal charges against Madison police officer Matt Kenney, one of the leaders of the largest police organization in the state is weighing in. Last week marked 8 years since the shooting of Robinson. Officer Kenney, is still on the force in Madison. Robinson's family is hoping a little-used state law can allow them to bypass the usual criminal process and ask a judge directly to bring criminal charges against Kenney. But Executive Director of the Wisconsin Professional Police Association, Jim Palmer, says ultimately he doesn't believe their plan will work.
We are confident that the district attorney's determination that Officer Kenney's actions were appropriate and in accordance not only with his training and the law, but that those conclusions will stand the test of time.
The case has gone through multiple delays, but Robinson's family told us just last week that they believe they're getting closer to setting hearing dates. 6:07 now, coming up. UW Whitewater basketball in the Final Four, competing for a national championship, and a whole lot more. They started off red hot last night, but could they lead and finish? That's still ahead in your morning sports.
And we're live at the 608 for St. Patrick's Day. This is the Trinity Irish Dancers, and coming up, we're going to celebrate along with them live on News 3 Now this morning.
Get the absolute best pricing now during Ashley's anniversary event. We've marked down everything to match online prices, all backed by our 30-day price guarantee. Get your choice of 6 months interest-free financing or low monthly payment options and free local delivery, only at Ashley.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
You ain't This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-150, part of F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. All amped up and ready for work or play. Plus, there's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. Choose FlexBuy on F-150 and get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 FlexBuy, 1,000 Ford credit cash, and 500 accessories cash.
We're reinventing our network
with smarter, more efficient routes,
so you can deliver more value to your customers.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
What? What's that? Corned beef? Ooh, melty stuff. Sauerkraut? Plus Thousand Island? On special bread? Oh, got it. That's Arby's Reuben. Arby's, we have the meats.
Two candidates for Supreme Court, two very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz, she believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly, he supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
At Diamond Select, our on-site goldsmith can create a beautiful one-of-a-kind piece. Whether it's repurposing an old ring or creating from a picture online, we're here to help you create jewelry of your dreams. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Celebrate Ashley's anniversary with our lowest mattress prices of the season. Get your best night's sleep on Purple, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, and more. All backed by our 30-day price guarantee and special financing options that fit your budget at Wisconsin's #1 mattress retailer, Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
St. Patrick's Day in the 608, and we are celebrating an annual tradition here on News 3 Now this morning. Josh Breider is live in Awanakee with the Trinity Irish Dancers. Hey there, Josh.
Hey, Chris. Happy St. Patty's Day. We made it back. Feels like it was just yesterday we were here, but we're excited to celebrate once again. And this is their biggest day of the year. They're going to have performances all across the metro. I want to bring in Catherine Fitzgerald O'Neill this morning. You're one of their instructors.
Yes, I am.
You guys are gearing up for a heck of a day.
Yes, they have a big day ahead of them. They've been practicing all year for this, but we're very excited to get out in the Madison community and do some shows.
So this is an inspiring group because what is behind this mission is pretty special for you.
We really want to make sure we're elevating our dancers, we're giving back to our community, and we're making sure we're empowering them along the way to achieve what they want to. And we have a lot of built-in mentorship programs as well. So it definitely is very special. It's more than just dance. It's a community that we're building.
Who is this group behind us and what are they going to be performing?
This is our intermediate group doing a fan favorite called Tell Me Ma. Are you ready, dancers?
Let's hit it. Nice job, dancers. Nice job. All right, Catherine, so this is a big year for you because you guys are celebrating 40 years of dancing.
40 years of Trinity Irish Dance. Our founder, Mark Howard, started off in the 80s in a church basement in Chicago, and now we have locations all across Chicago, Milwaukee, and of course here in Madison. So it's been a really great year to celebrate being a Trinity Irish dancer.
All right, let's throw the information up on the screen right now because people can come check you guys out today at a bunch of different locations.
Absolutely. In addition to some of the school shows that we're doing, we're also dancing at the VA this afternoon. We will be performing at the Tipsy Goat in Fitchburg, Bricks in Mount Horeb, and then tomorrow in Baraboo we will be performing for the Wisconsin Cheermont Club.
Wonderful. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Nice job, dancers. Good luck today.
Awesome.
Chris will have all this up on channel3000.com as well. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Thanks, Josh. I always love to see those performers. If you have something that you think would inspire us, share it with Josh on social media or email him for a chance to be featured. Okay, Greg Barnhart's got your not-so-lucky St. Patrick's Day forecast. Hey there.
Definitely not. That pot of gold's going to be pretty cold today with those temperatures is struggling to get up there. So that's what we're literally looking like now as the temperatures then here become quite sick. We had some slick areas for commute to this morning, but that have kind of cleared up. Very windy conditions today, gusts to 40, maybe even 45 in the afternoon. It's going to be dry this evening, and commute-wise should be fine too. And this will continue for tomorrow with temperatures struggling to get up to the mid-20s with like some moderation by Sunday. We should be back. That'll be the best day of the week, and it'll be Sunday with light winds, plenty of sun, and near 40. Still cold, but at least more comfortable. Overall, responsible for all this is that low that begins to push off to the northeast. High pressure is going to slide south from Canada. The combination of the two really is providing that northwest northerly wind behind it. That'll get the lake effect snow up to the north going, but it'll keep us with northerly winds and cold conditions to continue until that high pressure can slide further east, which will happen on Sunday. Then winds will start subsiding and temperatures improving. But today we'll drop a few degrees this morning, but then we'll start kind of coming back up. More clear skies this afternoon, but with those northwest winds, it really won't feel any type of warmth. Temperatures just getting to 27, 28 degrees, well below average. Tonight, cloud cover comes back in the picture. Temperatures will continue to drop. The winds will continue, not as strong as today, but still 15, 25 miles per hour. They'll get back down to about the teens when you wake up, so well below average. There's a few flakes of snow that are going to come through this flow tomorrow as cloud cover persists. This will keep temperatures once again even a few degrees colder than today, probably mid-20s by this afternoon for tomorrow afternoon. Clear skies, the winds will finally start to subside a little bit come Saturday night. That'll allow the clouds will clear out. Temperatures will then fall. So for Sunday morning, you're going to see temperatures once again very cold, low teens for many locations. But notice the winds, more westerly and then southwesterly for Sunday with clear skies. Lighter winds means temperatures will get back up until where we should be, more upper 30s around 40, which will be more comfortable what we should see. Unfortunately for the winds today, not going to be 25 to 35 with the strongest winds probably this afternoon. This evening, once again, they'll still be fairly strong, and even overnight, 15 to 25 miles per hour to the northwest. So definitely something to keep in mind of if you're out and about. Overall, for temperatures, we start the spring off fairly good with 47, get to the mid-50s by next week with rain coming once again this time next week.
Tonight, the Wisconsin women's hockey team will take the ice in the national semifinals against a very familiar opponent, Minnesota. And if it seems like they've faced off against each other a bunch this season, it's because they have. Zach Hanley is in Duluth for the Frozen Four and has more on how this stage was made for the Badger-Gopher rivalry.
It doesn't get any better than this, does it? Wisconsin versus Minnesota for a spot in the national championship game. It's how it should be, right? Two bitter rivals on hockey's biggest stage, and they definitely aren't strangers to one another. The semifinal matchup is the sixth meeting in this year's installment of the Border Battle. The Badgers have 2 wins plus a shootout victory to their name. They've tied once and lost once. And seeing each other again, well, it's just fitting.
I can go back probably 5 or 6 other years and talk about the 5 or 6 times we've played Minnesota, and now we're playing them in the semifinals, we're playing them in the finals, so it's like deja vu. It's like Groundhog Day, and here we go again.
I think it's perfect that we're playing the Gophers, our biggest rival, I'd say, and I think we respect them so much. The respect is mutual. They have so many great players, great leaders on that team, and so do we.
There truly is nothing better than beating your rival and ending their season. And like Britta Curl said, the Badgers will be out for blood. At Amsoil Arena in Duluth, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
For the first time since 2014, the Whitewater men's basketball team is competing in the Final Four. But a chance at a national championship, it's not the only thing that the Warhawks are playing for. The team has dedicated their season to their teammate, Derek Gray, who unexpectedly passed away last July. Hoping they can get past Mount Union last night, it's tied up at 6, and Trayvon Chisholm sparks an 8-0 scoring run for the Warhawks. Now that jumpstarts their offense. Double-digit lead for most of this half. Carter Capstrand cashes in from the top of the key, and the Hawks make it a 20-point game. But the Raiders managed to erase the deficit after halftime. Back-to-back buckets for Colin Gurley, and Mount Union takes the lead for good. Whitewater season does come to an end, 83-79, the final. Back to you.
My mic was off. Hey, I was saying, do you remember why people celebrate St. Patrick's Day? We'll remind you next.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
When the weather gets cold, springs break.
Fixing broken garage doors, that's all we do here at Precision.
Our vehicles are literally like a warehouse on wheels. We can fix a broken spring the same day and get you on your way.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
You know what that sound means. It's spring break at Bob's Discount Furniture. And no matter your sleep style or budget, I have a world-famous Bob-O-Pedic mattress for hundreds less than national brands. Like this Bob-O-Pedic Prize Queen mattress for just $5.99. And this cool-to-the-touch copper sport with innovative copper threads. Catch major Z's on my signature gel with charcoal. With 30 years of sleep experience and the best warranties in the biz, you can take a break from the mattress guessing game this spring break at Bob's.
Good news! This just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Choose FlexBuy on Escape and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash.
Chicago. Celebrating 25 years of Broadway razzle-dazzle. The Associated Press calls Chicago the most entertaining musical of the decade. Paint the town again with Chicago the Musical.
At Overture, March 21st through 26th. Tickets at overture.org.
Lots of insurance companies make promises about how much you can save if you switch over to them. Well, here's our promise. With the West Bend policy, you can save everything, every memory, every detail, everything you've worked so hard for. Once it comes time to actually make a claim, a cheap insurance policy can really cost you. Why not protect everything that matters with a policy from West Bend? Because the worst brings out our best.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Oh, Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit cobison.com to apply.
Hey, you might have noticed at the bottom of the screen, we've got some school delays this morning. Cassville, Highland, Mineral Point, Potosi, River Edge, all opening up at 10 o'clock this morning. Greg, you were saying the higher elevations might have something to do with this?
Probably would do with the rural roads, certainly ice issues with the temperatures falling below. I would assume that's the problem right now for some of the areas.
All right. Here's a look from KCG's morning. Lovely shot of some... And those are corn silos.
Yep,
am I right?
They were the whole corn cob used to be, the old ones.
My My father-in-law has one, an old one. It's fallen down. It's almost, it's almost all the way collapsed on his property. Okay, thank you, Kevin, for sharing your morning with us. You can do the same. Just tag us on social media. All right, a refresher of what St. Paddy's Day is all about. Of course, it's the celebration of Ireland's culture, music, and Gaelic heritage. Always on March 17th, it recognizes Ireland's patron saint, a Christian missionary who converted the Irish people to Christianity. Born in Britain in 385 AD, St. Patrick was brought to Ireland as a slave at the age of 16. 6 years later, he escaped to a French monastery, became a priest, and then returned to Ireland. And legend has it that he drove the snakes out of Ireland, right? That is merely a legend. Biologists say Ireland never had any native snakes. As for the three-leaf clover or shamrock, legend has it that St. Patrick used it to explain the concept of Christianity's Holy Trinity.
Next to the Chicago River there, they've dyed that with green every year, too.
Every year. Yep. Big tradition. Yep. So celebrate responsibly today, everybody. Weather tonight, bundle up, too.
It's going to be cold, so that's definitely a thing. For the school bus, bundle up this morning, too. The winds definitely are the issue. Temperatures that way, but otherwise, bundle up tonight because it's going to be cold.
All right, we're going to check in with those Trinity Irish dancers next on News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Mad City, a division of Renewity, the local service you deserve, now backed by unmatched national strength. We are Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. Get a new bath, shower, or walk-in tub installed in as little as 1 day, back with a lifetime warranty. And with Mad City's Price Lock Guarantee, once you receive a free design consultation, your price is locked in and guaranteed for 1 year. Call Mad City Baz now for our Spring into Savings event. Receive $1,000 off a new bath or shower. 48 months, 0 interest. Senior military discounts plus a bonus. The first 50 homeowners who call now will receive a vacation voucher with bath or shower purchase. Used for a condo, hotel stay, or a cruise. Ask about our Do More discount on windows or cabinetry facing. Mad City, a division of Renewity, the local service you deserve, now backed by unmatched national strength.
It was all very, very professional. Very professional. I really appreciate that the craftsmanship was terrific. It was top of the line, and I just really liked it.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers. Check out this tub to shower conversion, customized with grab bars, handhelds, and a beautiful shower door, installed in as little as 1 day. Plus, ask about Mad City's Price Lock Guarantee and call now during our Spring into Savings event. Receive $1,000 off a new bath or shower, 48 months, 0 interest, senior military discounts plus a bonus. The first 50 homeowners who call now will receive a vacation voucher with bath or shower purchase. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. Here's that number again, 608-729-4466.
Two candidates for Supreme Court, two very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz, she believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly, he supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We'll just have to go on and do what she would want us to do to the best we can.
Right now, new details into the death of an 83-year-old woman, once believed an accident is now a murder case. Also, the continuing battle to keep the nation's economy stable, balancing inflation and fears more banks will collapse.
And it's definitely cold out there and more windy as you step outside. I'll break down how strong those winds will get and how cold it'll feel for your St. Patrick's Day activities.
Yeah, what's the deal? We got spring just a few days away.
Monday.
Yeah, just Monday. And we're dealing with some
March.
very winter-like conditions. It's chilly out there. Some colder air blowing in. You're talking about some pretty low overnight lows.
Yeah.
Are you playing? Are you in a bracket challenge? You fill out a bracket?
online, a bunch of them.
How you doing?
Pretty good so far. I did get one of the upsets right. So,
one of the upsets?
Yeah,
Was
the
that
fourth seed. There's always a fourth one that gets upset.
Tied for second in the News 3 Now Anchor Challenge right now. Eric Franke and Charlotte DeLeste.
We'll see how
in
it
the
all
lead
looks
by
after
1
this,
point.
today.
Yeah, I know this is the big deal, right?
Yeah.
So my Elite 8 is still intact.
That's good.
Me and Josh are teaming up and doing it against the other anchors. And everyone at home, if you filled out a bracket, hope that yours is not busted this morning. How do you feel this morning, Josh, about the bracket? We're 1 point behind the leader. Because this is really what matters, is bragging rights in the newsroom. Am I right?
I know zero about basketball other than Wisconsin, so this is all about bragging rights. But I'm feeling lucky. You know why? I got my Irish socks on today, so I feel like we are going to be doing well. I can feel the luck. I think we're in it to win it here, Sanford. I'm not just saying this. I think we are going to blow everyone else out of the water. I know it's very early, but you just got to be confident.
I love the
and
confidence,
just think
though.
that it's going to happen, and maybe it will happen.
All right, so you're with the Trinity Irish Dancers this morning. They are so busy. I'm surprised that they let you hang out with them this morning. They have they are packed.
Oh my gosh.
They are packed today with performances.
Yes, yeah, so they're going to be all over the 608 both today and tomorrow, and they've already been performing all this week. And of course, this is their favorite time of the year. Today especially, their best day of the year because it is St. Patrick's Day. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we're actually going to see a couple of their smallest guys out here, just the smallest group, Little Tykes. It's going to be super adorable TV you're not going to want to miss here just after 6:40, Chris. So a lot to look forward to on this St. Patty's Day.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Josh. Well, that forecast, I really wish we had some better weather to go out and celebrate today.
Yeah, I wish. Not the Irish luck we got today.
No.
Definitely not. Unfortunately, it is going to be cold and more wintry-like than we had temperatures yesterday. Right now, the wind speed's still 15 to 20. This is out of the northwest. I think they'll start increasing even more this afternoon. But once again, it's temperature-wise not too bad for this time of year, but it's definitely a change, and they're just continuing to fall. They'll fall probably a few more degrees before they'll start climbing up, but they won't climb up much. Not even staying below freezing. 29 in Madison, but further north, maybe mid-20s. So something, like I said, more January-type weather. Road conditions, overall, some improvement. Still with the ice covered or some slick spots out there with the color there. It has improved, but still something to keep in mind of until we warm up a little bit more. St. Patrick's Day for the temperatures right now as you plan out that time. Not much movement in the temperatures, as we said. Only go 25 as you get towards 7 p.m. when all the activities go on. But for the wind speeds, really we're looking at wind speeds anyway from 15 to 20 miles per hour throughout the whole day. So something to keep in mind of. It will be quite blustery out there. Well, break down when these winds will finally subside, how cold it'll even be tomorrow, and more importantly, when the 40s will return and maybe even 50s a little bit later in the broadcast.
Sounds good. Thanks, Greg. You can keep up with the forecast yourself with the First Warn Weather app. It's free wherever you get yours. Now to some continuing coverage of a suspicious death we reported on last month. It happened in a small rural town in Lafayette County. This morning, residents are finally getting some answers into the death of Lynn Montgomery. The 83-year-old died, and now the victim's granddaughter-in-law, Shannon Busan, has been arrested and charged in her murder. It happened in the small town of Benton. Police say Busan called 911 herself, saying that a woman had fallen and wasn't breathing. However, newly released court records say the autopsy revealing some troubling details that could not be explained by just a fall. Those details from the autopsy report include bruising to Montgomery's arms, face, hands, and ribs that likely came from blunt force trauma. And days after her death, family members also found notes, the report says, around Montgomery's home, appearing to be written by the victim, saying that she was being attacked and hurt. Meantime, those who knew Lynn Montgomery say that she was an active member of the community and could be found throughout Benton, making her presence felt.
She was an amazing organizer, and then she would turn around and work the event too. Somebody who was just always around and would help you and give you a hug when you needed it.
That would just have to go on and do what she would want us to do to the best we can.
The Lafayette County Sheriff said that he could not answer at this time whether additional charges are to come or whether others may be charged. They are encouraging anyone with information to come forward and to respect the privacy of the family. The sheriff said the charges against Busan come after an extensive investigation. Busan has her initial court appearance Monday. Happening today, a man will be in court accused of attacking an elderly man at a Madison Culver's parking lot. It happened last month. Samuel Turner is charged with physical abuse of an elder, intentionally causing bodily harm, as well as misdemeanor battery. The elderly man, police say, was trying to get into the parking lot of Culver's as Turner blocked traffic. The man honked his horn, Turner moved, and then attacked the man when he parked. An update now in Rock County. A 14-year-old middle school student has been arrested after police say he made threats against the school. He is charged with making terrorist threats. No weapons were found at the school, but Janesville police say a search warrant turned up 4 guns inside the teen's home. Now to the continuing coverage of the nation's economy. This morning, after the shutdown of 2 major U.S. banks, officials are working to reassure the public there's no reason to panic. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen went before the Senate Finance Committee to answer some questions about the health of the nation's financial institutions. She said the banking system remains stable. President Joe Biden also insisting there's no systemic banking risk that could cause a repeat of the 2008 meltdown. All this, of course, reigniting the debate over future rate hikes by the Federal Reserve.
Clearly, they were doing this to try to tamp down inflation, but did they consider the possibility that some institutions may not be able to handle such a rapid increase in rates?
It's critical for us to do what we can to bring inflation down and for the Fed to do its part as well.
If the Fed does decide to hit pause on its rate strategy, inflation could worsen. The Fed, though, if they press on, the risks here include damaging a wider economy, and unemployment could spike. New this morning, in a memo from the Nonpartisan Legislative Fiscal Bureau, $36 million of Illinois cannabis tax revenue comes from Wisconsin folks. Wisconsin Democratic Senate Leader Melissa Agard said this should upset every Wisconsinite. She went on to say that the revenue could be going towards things like infrastructure, safety, and schools in Wisconsin instead of Illinois. In the past, Republican lawmakers have been in favor of medical marijuana, but say recreational marijuana won't be likely in the state until the FDA removes it from Schedule I status. Schedule I status pairs it with substances like heroin and LSD. In a past proposal, Governor Evers said a recreational marijuana tax could bring as much as $70 million to the state. It's time to get out your green outfits. It's St. Patrick's Day, and it's on a Friday, too. How about that? The Irish have, of course, observed this holiday for a long time, over 1,000 years, in fact, following the death of St. Patrick. Irish families would traditionally celebrate the holiday during the Christian season of Lent, which meant going to church in the morning and then celebrating in the afternoon. If you decide to celebrate tonight, of course, we want you to do it safely. Safe Ride Wisconsin has reduced OWI convictions by 44% since 2007. So if you're out, ask your bartender about safe rides if you need one, if you've had one too many. Rideshare apps like Lyft and Uber will be giving a lot of rides, so plan ahead if you can't find a ride in your area. If you go out in a group, never a bad idea to have a designated driver. Keep in mind, police will be out in extra force tonight. They always add extra patrols on a night like this. Please, no drinking and driving. Could cost you a lot of money if you get busted. A recall alert this morning coming up. Bottles of medication that may not be safe for children.
And we're live in the 608 celebrating St. Patrick's Day with the Trinity Irish Dancers when News 3 Now this morning continues.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Get everything for organizing your home with helpful storage products from Menards. Designer's Image Closet Solutions are perfect for storing clothes and hanging accessories. These closet solutions are everything you need for keeping your home organized. Add comfort to your living space with marquee carpet. Attached pad backing makes for an easy do-it-yourself project with no stretching required. Stargazer carpet is only $119 a square foot after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
A supper club, a place that serves supper. We started off with a house coffee, garden salad, a potatoes au gratin, bacon wrapped scallops. Hello, little friends. Old fashioned. That's superior.
There are moments in life, special moments, moments to share, moments to celebrate. Share the love. Celebrate the moment.
Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Dan Kelly is extremely corrupt. 6 times Kelly ruled in favor of a plaintiff with close ties. He was on their advisory panel. He took contributions from their board. And all 6 times, Kelly ruled in their favor. Another time, Kelly changed his mind about whether to judge the Zignego case after pocketing $20,000 in contributions from the Zignego family. Corruption, extremism, that's Dan Kelly.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather. Trust the experience of Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and the First Warn Weather team to help you plan your day and alert you whenever and wherever you need it. First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms. A high-stakes election for a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. News 3 Now presents a debate between candidates Daniel Kelly and Janet Protasewicz in a Campaign 2023 special. Tuesday at 4 p.m. only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, Pfizer is recalling more than 4 million packages of a prescription migraine medication. The company says the packaging for Nurtec ODT is not child resistant. The recall is voluntary. Pfizer says people don't have to throw it out or return it, but instead keep it out of reach of children. Customers are also urged to call to get a free child-resistant pouch. 6:43, time to turn it over to Greg Barnhart, your First Warn forecast. Hey, Greg.
Hello, and it's going to be a cold day really to end the week and obviously for St. Patrick's Day and probably to start the weekend. But there are some good news here towards the end of the weekend and next week too. So we just got to get through here today and tomorrow. But definitely the wind will be the story today. Northwest strong winds, cold temperatures, 20s for highs. We should be in the mid-40s right now, so definitely below average. Even a few flurries possible tomorrow too. The good news is once we get to Sunday, things improve. More seasonal, still 40, a little bit still too cold, but plenty of sun, lighter winds. 50 degrees potentially maybe on Monday, so we're going to go back to where we should be and better conditions to start off the work week too. But we just got to get through here. The low responsible for this is beginning to push off to the northeast. High pressure is sliding south. The combination of the two then gives you that north wind around it. That's bringing cold air to the area, and that'll continue through Saturday until the low gets further enough to the northeast of us and the high starts sinking south. So once that high gets overhead, we should have pleasant weather to start Sunday, and then it will get warming up for next week. Overall today, temperatures dropping a few degrees this morning before they'll start climbing back up, but not that much. More sun this afternoon, but it won't really make much of a difference in temperature-wise with those northwest winds continuing. As you go throughout tonight, we'll see clouds once again come back into the picture. Temperatures will fall back overnight to the teens by the morning with wind chills, potentially even colder than that. Tomorrow we do have a few flakes of snow that could come through the area. Once again with the cloud cover, Winds still continuing. Our temperatures by the afternoon will only get about the mid-20s. Once again, the good news is once we go through Saturday night, cold, but the winds will side down. This makes for Sunday to be much more pleasant when we'll get back into the 30 degrees, maybe potentially 40 degrees by Sunday afternoon with lighter winds. So that's a better day of the weekend. Winds 25 sustained with some gusts this afternoon, probably the highest gust 35 to 40 this afternoon. This evening, they'll still continue if you're out there, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Definitely will have a wind chill overnight. Winds won't really subside till, like I said, Saturday night. Monday, spring is officially here by Monday afternoon, 424. Definitely the temperatures will feel more spring-like come Monday, as we should see temperatures getting approaching 50 in maybe some of the areas. Overall, we're going to see warmer conditions next week with another rain chance coming by midweek. You can see mid-50s, even thunderstorms coming back into the picture. Unfortunately, our midweek system pattern continues, so next Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, we could see precipitation again. But definitely bundle up tonight, and tomorrow morning it will be quite cold out there.
All right, thanks, Greg. Okay, St. Patrick's Day in the 608, and we're doing our thing, an annual tradition, hanging out with the Trinity Irish Dancers. Josh Sprider's with them in Wanakee. How's it going?
Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. It's going great out here. I've been practicing all morning, and I think they might be throwing me into the mix here for this next performance. So this is going to be TV you're not going to want to miss on a Friday morning. I want to bring in Catherine Fitzgerald O'Neill this morning. One of the most Irish names ever.
I think it's hard to top at this point.
It really is. You're one of their instructors, and this group is incredible.
Yes, this group is really special. We have for you a great group of dancers. We have some of our youngest dancers starting at age 4 that are going to show us how to do some moves. They're accompanied by some of their bigger buddies. Today we have Miss Nora and Miss Maya with their older buddies, Emma and Sam. And if you're interested, you can start as early as 3.5 years old. So we'll take everybody,
and
including you.
See this as like a family tradition. A lot of times they'll all do it.
Yeah, actually all 4 of them in here have siblings that dance together. So some of the younger girls have older siblings. Both Emma and Sam have siblings in it. So it's a really great way to get everybody together. And it's really fun to teach siblings together.
All right, what are they going to be performing for us?
They are going to be doing a jig that should look a little bit familiar to you.
Oh boy.
All right, are we ready?
Go.
5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3.
They're throwing me in.
Right? Just do the jig. Point, knee, hop back, 2, 3, 4. One more time.
Oh boy, get it behind.
Woo!
Woo! And then do you bow?
Excellent.
I think I did okay there, Catherine.
I think you did. I think you are more than welcome to come join us. I think you have it.
This is year 3 for me. I better have a little bit more skills by now. So
I think it's looking pretty good. You look like you're ready for a performance.
I'm like out of breath. That's a lot of work.
It is. They did such a great job. Good job, everybody.
That was wonderful. Okay, people can come check you guys out all day today and tomorrow.
Yes. So we're out at schools all day today, and then later in the evening we will be at the Tipsy Goat. In Fitchburg, we will be at Bricks in Mount Horeb, and tomorrow we will be in Baraboo at the Wisconsin Shamrock Club.
Wonderful. We'll have all this up on channel3000.com.
Awesome.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Happy
Thanks
St.
for having
Patrick's
us out
Day.
here. All right, Chris, what do you think? I tried my best there. It kind of threw me in last second.
Graceful. The stamina was very impressive. No, really, that's what I'm most impressed by when we watch the Trinity Irish dancers, is that they can, because that's a lot of work. It may not look like it, but, you know, it's a real workout.
It is.
And they're sitting there with smiling faces. They're not breathing heavy. They're not gasping for air or anything. They're just, gosh, you can tell they just, they practice their feet off to perform for everybody here. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right,
it's
Josh.
so inspiring. And yeah, they do those like 2-minute performances, and I was in there for like 30 seconds and already out of breath. So this is so cool. Go support them today. Again, we'll have all this up on channel3000.com.
Yeah, and Josh works out all the time, so he's no slouch. Thanks, Josh. Don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured. Coming up in the morning sprint, we learned about a new effort to encourage voters to get out this spring. First, we want to say happy birthday to Loretta. She's got her green bow on for the holiday. We hope you have a wonderful birthday, Loretta. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Come to Slumberland and get 20% off our beautiful new furniture and decor during our Spring Spruce Up event. Plus extra discounts on recliners, patios, Sealy mattresses, and sectionals. Get an extra 20% off right now at Slumberland Furniture.
Garage doors do not like the cold weather at all. As soon as it gets cold springs, parts will burn.
At Precision, we can fix any make or model, usually the same day.
Rain, sleet, or snow, we're good to go.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
People remember ads with a catchy song. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a little number you'll never forget.
Customize and save.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
What? Multiple lines?
Hello? Yeah, one sec. But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99 with unlimited data.
Just one line with unlimited data.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Are you even listening, guy who never looks up from his phone?
Oh, not for me, I just say it.
Okay, so no, you're not listening.
Get one line for $29.99, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. We know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine, and we want you to feel like family here.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Oh no, I think I lost my debit card.
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic, we're in a mall. Some stranger's probably tapping new shoes, tapping a washer-dryer combo, just tapping everything in sight.
It's okay, just tap your phone. With BMO, you can use your phone to freeze and unfreeze a lost card.
I can?
And you can always get a new card instantly at a BMO branch.
I got my tap back.
You ever seen someone this excited about a debit card before?
Oh yeah. Not this excited.
When a bank gives you instant peace of mind, that's the BMO effect.
Sleeping in pain or too hot? Come to Slumberland and get 20% off mattresses. Find your perfect mattress with our easy rating system and save big. Get a Sealy Queen mattress for just $4.99. Only at Slumberland.
March into deer season at Sloan Implement.
6:54, time for the morning sprint. We begin with stunning new developments in the death of an 83-year-old woman in Lafayette County. Authorities have arrested her granddaughter-in-law. Shannon Busan is charged with first-degree murder in the death of Lynn Montgomery. Last month, investigators said that Montgomery's death was suspicious. They say that Busan called 911 herself, claiming Montgomery fell. Family members say they found notes around Montgomery's home saying that she was being attacked and hurt. Busan has an initial court appearance Monday. The Wisconsin Family Council launching a nearly $250,000 effort to encourage everyone to get out and vote. The stakes are high in this upcoming election. Supreme Court members elected for a 10-year term. The spring elections typically see 12 to 34% turnout, while general elections see 44 to 73% of voters at the polls. Speaking of the Wisconsin Supreme Court, conservative Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Annette Ziegler has been reelected to another 2-year term, leading the state's highest court. She first took office in 2021, and the court has not released the latest breakdown of the vote yet. Ziegler will not have any extra voting power, but will have administrative authority over adopted procedures. Meet Mr. Pickles. At 90 years old, the tortoise is the oldest animal at the Houston Zoo and the proud father to 3 newly hatched radiated tortoise eggs. Mr. Pickles has been at the zoo for 36 years. Mrs. Pickles arrived 27 years ago. Their children are named Dill, Gherkin, and Jalapeno.
And we're looking at mild, cold conditions today with temperatures really in the 20s where we should be in the 40s. Something in the wind will be the other thing that'll be indicated too. Strong conditions. Flurries tomorrow, not too much today, and then warmer, more mild conditions, at least getting seasonal by Sunday, and much warmer as we go into next week. And there's your highs, upper 20s, not even getting the freezing, more mid-January type conditions. Tonight, definitely cold. 14 to 50 degrees in Madison. Those wind chills probably could be colder than this with those winds still enduring, so definitely bundle up overnight. Tomorrow, not much better with mid-20s for 26 degrees. We do improve next week. Spring comes Monday, and we should see 50 degrees by the middle of next week, along with more rain chances.
Thanks, Greg. Happy St. Patrick's Day, folks. Stay safe and stay cool. Stay warm out there today. It's going to be cool enough. We're back in 30 minutes with the news and weather update.